Hello. Can you please let me know if you can hear me? Okay, so we are going to start in like a couple of minutes. Welcome to today's session. We are going to have 3 sessions today with breaks after each and the tasks, practice tasks after the explanation of the task. Yes. So write if any problems occur, please your comments or ask your questions, so I can go back and explain anything that you couldn't understand or hear, and let me know if there is any problem with the sound or the picture. Okay. Yes. So let's start our first lesson, which is about emphatic structures and inversion. So first of all, what is to emphasize? If you say with other language or other word to use, it is to highlight something, right? So about highlighting the part of the sentence that you think is important to highlight, or you want to show the stress on the particular part of the sentence. Yes. So example sentence here, they helped in writing, and it was Daniel who volunteered to help. So here, as you can see, the highlighted red words, they are emphasized. Yes. So, or was it his bicycle that got stolen last night? So here we want to emphasize that it was the bicycle, or that is what she always wanted to have. So the things that she wanted to have, right? And how it works and how it helps to us, what we can do. So in our like spoken language, when we are speaking, not writing, we are just like stressing the words, right? And when we are writing the sentence, it helps us to be more clear. So a normal sentence, yesterday Rob ate my biscuit, and here we say it was Rob who ate my biscuit. So who? Rob, right? So we are emphasizing the name or the person who did something. Next one, it was my biscuit that Rob ate. So it was not pasta, not an apple, it was my biscuit. And next one, it was yesterday that Rob ate my biscuits. So we know that it was biscuits, and when it happened, not today, it was yesterday. And next thing, so here you can see the structures that are used to write the emphasized structures with the statements, negatives, questions. If we go closer, so we can use both in past or present. So it is was not plus subject object and who or that. So you can use both of them, that or who. So as an example here, it was Mary, that or who, called you. So it was not me, it was Mary. Or it was the manager that or who I wrote to. So I wrote to the manager, not to the teacher. The manager is emphasized here. So next one, it is the question sentences. So usually we do ask like who did it, right? So here is it shown like, is it Jim that or whom you are going to meet? So is it Jim exactly, not Tom or not Mary? So next example here is shown, was it his bicycle that got stolen? Or is it biscuits? So again, we are showing that bicycle and that. So that and who or whom are really important to in emphasizing sentences. Next thing, yeah, what I want to highlight here, emphasize here, it is the last part, the last point. Do, does, or did with bare infinitives. So can you please pay attention to this last part? Yes. So in some sentence, like any simple sentence, for example, as here shown, I can say, I promise to keep your secret, and it's just a sentence. But when you want to show that you really want to like keep the secret and you will really do, so you can use the do verb here as an extra verb, as an emphasizing structure. So I do promise to keep your secret, or I did promise her to keep the secret. So you can use both again, present or past. And yes, so more examples here. Do have some more coffee. So not just have some more coffee, but do have. Don't be shy to have more. And in the past example, the example with the past structure, he did buy the diamond ring. So he bought the diamond ring. It's like the simple sentence. And when you want to show that it was he really bought it, so he did buy the diamond ring. So the verb here goes always in the first like first structure, not the past. So it is just verb one that we use to emphasize with do, did, or does. Any questions till here? So I'm going to send the okay. I'm going to send the test both to the chat in Telegram and here in the comments, I guess. So you can start doing the test now. And please, before starting the test, be sure that you write only your answer because, again, it can be shown as a mistake if you add extra dots, maybe commas, or just any, or even the capital letters sometimes can be mistaken in the answers. I cannot hear it in comments. So I'll send the link for the first test, practice test, to the Telegram chat. So you are given 7 to 10 minutes to complete the chat, the test, I'm sorry. Please start. So we have a couple of answers here. Let's look through and check. So the tasks that were given were about to change the normal sentence, into emphasized sentence, and emphasize the words that are in caps, right? So as an example, it was given that Anne decorated the pumpkin, and the example answer was it was Anne who or that decorated the pumpkin. So the first question was about the children need somewhere to play, and we have three answers. So there are some correct answers, but we will now look that uh, actually you had the correct sentence written as an answer, but again the system receives only exact answers. So let's see. So the first question and answer was what the children need is somewhere to play. So the children need somewhere to play. Uh, so here was the only is used to emphasize. Next one, did you give him that terrible pair of trousers? And the answer was it you who gave him that terrible pair of trousers? Or both of them is correct, as we said before. Uh, so was it you that gave him the terrible pair of trousers? So if you have one of these sentences, you were correct. Question number 3. So emphasize word is what, and what do you mean by talking to me like that? And the answer was, what do you mean by talking to me like that? Whatever do you mean? So the what sentence, the what word was changed, uh, and the where. Oh, we didn't mention that, so we can go now back to the slide and I will show you more. So what and where WH word questions were changed to whatever or whatever. So here is again, whatever are you going to be at Easter, or where is it that you are going to be at Easter? So both of them again are correct. If you have any of these two sentences, you were right. And the last one was about I. So I emphasized telephoned our cousins, and the answer, it was me who telephoned our cousins, or it was me that telephoned our cousins. Okay, so about these two questions, here, here it is to express admiration, anger, concern, etc. We use question words with ever. So whatever again, wherever we said, as it was shown in the example exercise. So some more sentence to change and to emphasize. Make sure that you use this given words. Please write them in your notebooks or in the comments below. I hope that you can see them clearly, or I can just change to only share. This. So let's check the exercise, the sentences. So the first sentence asks us to emphasize the sentence that says, the doctor promised that I would be out of bed in a couple of days. So the deed is given to use, and we can use more, two or more words to change the sentence. And the doctor, so as you remember, the last one was given here. This one. So this structure needed to be used in exercise 2. So the doctor did promise that I would be out of bed in a couple of days. So I'm going to type in, I guess, so you can see it. It is only the answer. And sentence number 3, Alexander Fleming discovered penicillin. So was is need to be used here. And it was Alexander Fleming who discovered penicillin. A simple sentence, I guess. So again, I'm going to write it here. So next one, did you meet Marlon Brando in Hollywood? And the word is given met. So was it you who or that met Marlon Brando in Hollywood? Next one is the committee doesn't want to accept any new members to the club, and the is given, and what committee, what the committee doesn't want is to accept any new members to the club. And the next sentence, he said he was coming with us, and say is given to emphasize. And here it is. He did say he was coming with us. And the last sentence is, did you go to the River Club last night? And the sentence it goes like the change sentence with it. So was it the Rivera Club that you went last night? Okay, so I will send the answers fully now to the comments so you can see and check. And now we are going to have the repetition again of the structures, and maybe you can screenshot it if you need, or if you haven't, so please. Mhm. So I guess some more people joined us. So again, the exercise with a test, the link is sent. I have sent it to Telegram channel, and the task, the second task, with emphasizing the sentence and changing the selected sentence to the emphasized. Please make sure that you do ask questions if you have. And in short time, we are going to have a break and start the next lesson at 11 o'clock Astana time. So
Yes, and we are back now. Yes, so we are going to continue talking about the emphasizing and the sentences, and now we are going to start talking about inversions. So, first of all, what is inversion? Where we can meet this word. So maybe you have met it in the camera effects when you use something to change, right? To change the view. So inversion is when you change the order of something. So let's have a look at the sentences given here. So this is a simple sentence that we can have. She is cooking, right? So the structure of any English sentence, simple English sentence, goes with subject, verb plus object. And what is given here, it is subject plus verb, which is auxiliary, and here plus the verb, which is main. So she is cooking. And now it is the question sentence, which is given next. So is she cooking? So as you know, when we like when the question sentence comes, the extra verb, which is auxiliary verb, comes before the subject. So here it is given like, is she cooking? So question sentence. But what happens in the inversion? The structure of the sentence change to the verb structure, but it remains as a sentence. But you're just emphasizing what happened or who did it. Again, we are going back to emphasizing the sentence, but using the inversion this time. So now have a look at the sentence, which is at the really end of the page. So not only is she cooking, but also she is looking after her kids. So pay attention please to this red highlighted words. They are written in the inversion, but it is not a question sentence. So verb, which is auxiliary here, is, then subject, which is she, and then cooking. So is she cooking? And what helped us here to inverse the sentence are these phrases which are highlighted with a green color. So not only and but also. So if we say that when we emphasize, for example, before the emphasizing just structure, we used the words like that or who or do or did. Or was, is, right? Here we use the different structure, but with the help of different phrases. Why we use inversion? Again, to emphasize in the sentence, to give the highlighted part of the sentence, and to make our writing look cool. And why not? Yes. And so what is inversion and how to use it? So simply, we can invert the subject and the auxiliary verb in the sentence to give emphasis. So this happens after only certain phrases, which are given here. Like there are like many of them, and we use them at the beginning of the sentence. So from the beginning, we show that we are using the inversion. So which phrases can be used here? Barely, hardly, or hardly ever. When? So can you see this dot dot dot? It means that you put the first part in the beginning of the sentence, then you inverse the sentence, the part of the sentence which is the structure of the question sentence, and then you say when, and again blah blah blah. So in no way, in or under no circumstances, little, never, or never before. So here again comes no sooner dot 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 than, or not only, as we used in the previous example sentence, and dot dot dot, but also. I'm sorry for changing the slide. And yes, nowhere, no, only by, only in this way, or on no account, on no occasion. So after this phrases in the sentence, you need to use the inversion. So we are going to see more examples. So what is given here? Little did he say about his accident. So again, did he say? What it is the inversion sentence, right? Inverse sentence. And rarely does he visit us. Again, even if it's this sentence structure of the sentence is question, but it is just a statement which is used to emphasize. We used inversion to emphasize, right? Then note that, so remember that when only after, only by, only if, only when, not since, or not till, or not until are put at the beginning of the sentence, we use inversion in the main clause. So example given, only when you see him will you realize how much he has suffered. So again, as given in the sentence before, not only is she cooking, but also after the second part of the inversion phrase, we use just a simple sentence. So after so, such, to such a degree in result clause, place it at the beginning of the sentence. So hard does he work that he will soon promote it. So again, we emphasize that he worked really hard with using so and the inverse structure. And in conditionals, when should, were, had in past perfect are placed at the beginning of the sentence, note that if is omitted. So we need to add the we need to put the if out, so we don't need it here. So should you go out, leave the key under the mat. So if you should go out, we changed it should you go out because it's inversed. And where are you, I would apologize. So again, it's the same as if I were you. And the next example given, had he been invited, he would have come if he had been invited, right? So we changed if with the inverse phrase should, were, or had. And all of them are in the past perfect. So again, what is inversion? It is the structure that is changed. So it is replaced. The simple structure, which is subject plus verb plus object, or subject with subject plus verb, which is auxiliary, plus verb, which is main, is inverse to the verb, which is auxiliary, plus the subject and plus the main verb. So now, if you have questions till this part, please make sure to write them so I can see. So yes, we can use the inversion not only in the statements, like the affirmative sentence, but in also in negative sentences. So for example, so I have some examples here. Alex went to the club, and so did his brother. So Alex was not the only one who went to the club. His brother went with him. Or Robert hasn't reached yet, neither has his companion. So again, both of them. Or these are examples, affirmative sentence, but with usage of the yes, with so or neither. And next one, example with negative adverbial expressions. In no way should we accept their offer. So in no way are used in the negative structures. Or again, never has he felt so embarrassed. So negative structure, never. So which is here. We can also say never before has he felt so embarrassed. So you can make the screenshot of the this explanation, the structures, and the phrases. And now I will send the test to the chat. Please check the Telegram. I have sent the practice test. And you have 10 minutes to complete the task. And then we will check it together with answers. So let's check the tasks, the test. So yes, so we have 3 answers. Let's see. Yeah. Again. So we have a couple of sentences which were done correctly. Yes, and now we'll see what was the problem with the rest of them. So yes, these 3 people here. So first sentence was Edna won't leave the house under any circumstances, and will is given to be used, and so first answer is under any circumstances, Edna will not leave the house. But the answer here it is why was incorrect. Why it is incorrect? Because first of all, it's you can use any, but the answer which I needed here was under no circumstances, and Edna will leave the house because you like under you have already given the negative. Then fourth answer. Good. So it is will Edna. So this fourth answer is correct. Good. Next question, question number 2 is if the river rises and any higher, the town will be flooded. So you need to use rise. Should the river rise, the town yes. Should the river rise, the town will be will be flooded. Yes. So good. And he had just recovered from flu when he caught a bad cold. So sooner needed to be used here, and no sooner. Remember that we need to change the simple structure to version. So it goes like no. Just a second. No sooner had he recovered from flu than he caught a bad cold. So had he this fourth answer. Next one. Oh, here it is. Like, did we change? Okay, this one. Sooner had he. Next one. He took such a long holiday that he forgot how to do his job. So did is given here. Such a long holiday. And the answers. Such a long holiday. Did he forgot? Did he take? Did he take? So yes. These 2 answers. Did he take? Because again it's inversion. Tom never seemed worried about his future. So seem need to be used. So never seems worried about his future. Does Tom seem? He seems. And seem are the given answers. And the correct answer here. Okay, just a second. So does Tom seem? And next, I've never had such fun anywhere else. So else needs to be used. Nowhere else. So if you have written nowhere, it is mistake because like it is already given. So you had to be given only the answer. that you need to put in the blank in the space. So nowhere else I have had. No, it's not the inversed structure. Have I had? Yes, the last one, this one, is correct. So next one, he felt so unwell that he had to cancel their date. So did is given to be used. So, and did he feel unwell? This one is mistake because you had used the so, the full sentence. Did only unwell did he feel? Did he feel so unwell? So, and the answer here is, just a second, let me show you so you can screenshot it. So, yes. So unwell did he feel? So we had, did he feel this one? Unwell at the end. So it's like given at the beginning. So this part needs to be at the beginning of the sentence. And last one, if I were you, I would accept the offer. And you is given. And were, do you remember the structure with the conclusion, conditionals at the very last part? And we don't need if here, as you remember. So were you me, you would, were you accept the offer. So this one again, you included were, which is already given in the sentence. You, I would, were, you, I accept. And I'll show you the answer here. Yes. You, I would. So it is were you, I would accept the offer. So, okay. And again, the results. Again, if you had the sentence correct, but it's shown as a mistake, remember that if you had included these words which are already written here in your answer, and it can be the reason why it was shown as wrong. Okay. So let me check if you have questions. I'm sorry, what is going here, you say? So what is the question exactly? About what are you asking? So yes, again, let me show you the answers. Under no circumstances will Edna leave the house. Next one is, should the river rise any higher? So it's repeated here. And next one is, no sooner had he recovered from flu than he caught a bad cold. Again, the first part is inversed and the second part is not. Next one, such a long holiday did he take that he forgot how to do his job. Next one, never does Tom seem worried about his future. Next is, nowhere else have I had such fun. And next, so unwell did he feel that he had to cancel their date. And last one, it is the conditional sentence. Were I you, I would accept the offer. So Okay, so we are going to have some more practice with changing the sentences and rewriting them. Just a second. So you will be given 5 minutes to complete this task. Okay, so let's check the sentences, and later during the break I will type in the previous tasks answers and these task answers into the comments so you can check later. So first sentence is, many people think she is English because she speaks the language so fluently. So is a given at the beginning of the sentence. And the answer will be, so fluently does she speak the language that many people think she is English. And next one, she is so ignorant that she has never heard of Shakespeare. So the such is given at the beginning, and the answer is, such is her ignorance that she has never heard Shakespeare. And next one, he was so surprised that he nearly fell off his chair. Such was his surprise that he nearly fell off his chair. And last one, the dancer moved so gracefully that he appeared to be skating. And the answer is, so gracefully did the dancer move that he appeared to be skating. And to conclude this part of the lesson today, let's go back to the very beginning and again tell what the inversion is. So inversion is when you change the order of the words in the sentence from the simple to the inversed one, when you use the auxiliary verb before the subject without the sentence being the question sentence. So again, the sentence remain in affirmative or negative structure way, but the structure is inversed. And the phrases for inversion are used, which you can see here. In short time, we will be back to continue the lesson about inversion and do some more exercise. So we will be back at 12 o'clock, 12 p.m. Yes, and let's continue. And again, how to use inversions, and here are some different structures that inversion can be used in. So first one is after so, neither, nor, as, to express agreement or yes, and let's continue. I'm sorry. To express an agreement. So example here, I enjoy romance films. So simple sentence, but you want to agree with something, and you can use inversion here. And as an answer, you can say, so do I. So is used to agree with an affirmative statement. That someone, and again, how to use. Yes. So next example, team didn't come. So neither nor did N. So again, team didn't come is a negative something sentence that expressed that something didn't happen, and team didn't come. So neither did N, or we can use nor did N. So these two words are used to agree with a negative statement. And last one, her students loved her, as did her colleagues. So again, we used as and did here to agree with the statement that students loved her. And some more structures. It is inversion after the verbs of play, adverbs of place, which we have examples here. So adverbs of place with inversions, and it is adverb or an adverbial expression of place that comes in the initial position, so in the beginning, at the beginning of the sentence. So the subject and verb are inverted. So down the hill expression, which is used to say the place, and roll the children. Or round the corner, again the place, was a nice cafe. But there is an exception that if the subject is personal pronoun, there is no inversion. Examples are here it comes, there she goes, here it is. So it, she, and it here. So in this sentence, we cannot say here comes it or she, there goes she. So it is better to say in non-inversion structure. And next structure that we are going to talk about is direct speech. So in direct speech, when the reporting verb comes after the quote and the subject is a noun. So what a nice dress, said Susan, but what a nice dress, she said. So let's see more examples. So in direct speech, if the quotation precedes the reporting verb, the subject and the reporting verb can be inverted. So I'm so sorry, Maria said, or I'm so sorry, said Maria. If the subject is long, usually there is inversion. Good morning, said the stranger in the black jacket. We can say, right? But this normal way to say it is the stranger in the black jacket said. So it is inversed here. Said is before the subject. And but again, here comes the exception. But if the subject is a personal pronoun, again, there is no inversion. Good morning, he said. Not good morning, said he. Okay, so again, with personal adverbs, with personal pronouns, we don't use the inversion. And with adverbs of place and direct speech. So here are some examples. And Next one. Just a second. So here are some sentences that you need to complete with only so, neither, or nor. So they have the same meaning here, and the appropriate verb. So verb is not given to you, but you need to write it yourself. So it is the exercise with the direct speech. So you have 10 minutes to complete the task, and then we will check it together. So now we can check the task. Yes, so I'll send the answers first, and then we will read the full sentences, okay? Okay, so here are the sentence again. And as I said before, you just needed to use so, neither nor to agree with the statements that are given to show your opinion about it. The verbs that you need to use were given in the first sentence. So as an example here we have I don't feel like going to work today, and neither do I. Let's go to the beach instead. And the second one, if you can see, I have sent them to the answers are in the comments. So second one, I really like our new teacher. And the answer is so do I. She's really patient, isn't she? Next, I can't decide what to buy Chris for his birthday. So it is negative sentence, so we can use both, neither or nor. So it will be neither can I or nor can I. Next, I should really start doing some kind of exercise. So it is affirmative sentence, and we use so, and it is so should I. So again, verb that we use is given in the first sentence. Next, I would really love to go out tonight. And again, it is affirmative statement. So we say so. Would I like to go out, for example. Next one, I can't stand this heat anymore. So the statement is negative, so we can use both, neither or nor, and it is neither can I or nor can I. Next one, 7. Uh, I had I had the time of my life at the party last night. So the answer will be with so, because the sentence is affirmative. So had I, right? Or have I. it is. And next, number 8, I have spent lots of money on clothes this month. So the answer is positive, so we use so, and it is so have I. Next one is negative, so I won't be surprised if they don't turn up this evening. And turn up, yeah. And the statement is negative, so we can use both, neither or nor. And it is neither will I or nor will I. And last one, we are thinking of going to Ibiza this summer. And the answer is positive, so we use so. The statement is positive, so we use so. And so are we, right? We have heard it's great holiday resort, it says. So we are going to have more practice. So this was just about the agreement or disagreement with the statements that are given. And now we are going to practice the just a second. It's not working. So one more exercise is you need to find which word should not be in the sentence. So which word you need to exclude from the sentence so the sentence is correctly written. So please, you have again 10 minutes to complete the task, and then we will check it together and I will send the answers to the comment so you can check it later. So can we check now? Are you ready to check? Let me post the answers first, and we will check them together. Lost. So can you see the task? Oh, yes. So here it is, the tasks. So first one is done for us. Only when did she finish her report was she paid? So did is need to be omitted here. So only when she finished her report was she paid. Next one, it was Cliff who he scored the winning goal. So here we need to omit the he, right? It was Cliff who scored the winning goal. Next one, whatever it is, she wearing. So what we need to omit here, it is it. So whatever is she wearing. Not only is that Bill a good musician, but he also dances well. So we need to omit that. Not only is Bill a good musician, but he also dances well. 5. If will you finished, you can leave. What we don't need in the sentence is will. So if you finish, you can leave. Next one, 6. Never before once had he caught such a big fish. What the words that we don't need here is wait, I'm sorry. This one. So what was it? Number 6, and we don't need the once. Never before had he caught. Next one, that was how. I'm sorry, I will be watching from here. So next one is 7. That was how had he deceived so many people, and we don't need the had here, so it is that was how he deceived so many people. Number 8, where I haven't been, there is Paris. The word that we don't need here is there. So where I haven't been is Paris. So much loud was the music that we had to leave the bar. So the word that we don't need here is much. So loud was the music. Next one, rarely ever are those birds seen in the wild. And the word that we don't need here is ever. So rarely are those birds. Next, 11. No sooner when had he got home than he was called back to the office. And the word that we don't need here is when. So no sooner had he got. And 12. Only by she trying hard can Anne overcome her weaknesses. And the word that we don't need here is she, only by trying, right? And 13, it was last year that they did got engaged. So the word that we don't need here is did. Next one, why is it this that you always blame me for your problems? And the word that we don't hear in 14 is this, the word this. Why is it that you always? 15, wherever is did you buy this awful orange and purple hat? Okay, and the word that we don't need is. So wherever did you buy? 16, so much brilliant was his performance that that the audience cheered. So the word that we don't need here is much. So brilliant. And 17, do you sit down, please? The word that we don't need here is you. So do sit down, please. So we ask someone to do it, right? And 18, what you need it is someone to help you. And the word that we don't need here is it. So what you need is someone to help you. And 19, I hate Mexican food, and so does hates my husband. So the words that we don't need here is hates, because as we just learned, when we agree with something, we just use the so and the verb itself, right? I hate Mexican food, and so does my husband. And 20, last one, 20s, he did left early in the morning. The word that we don't need here is did. So he left early in the morning. So the task is over here. And let's sum up what we have learned today about the emphasizing the structures. The sentence, I mean. So first one was just the structure with help of the words like that and who, right? And do, does, and did with just infinitive. And we use this structure to highlight the sentences or the part of the sentence that we want to show importance of it, right? And the second structure was with inversion, with changing the order of the parts of the sentence, changing the order of the verb and the subject. And of course, we cannot do the inversion without the phrases, which are used only for inversion in this case. And of course, that we also learned how we can agree or disagree with the statements that are given. And also we learned how to inverse the conditionals without using the if itself, but using only should, were, or had. And also the last part was about the expressing agreement with using so, neither or nor, and with as, right? And the last part was about the inversion after the adverbs of place and indirect speech. So this is pretty much it for today. Thank you for joining our lesson. I hope the lesson was informative and helpful for you. And goodbye.